What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic day. The Eagles made some moves last night. Obviously, I told you with this new job, there's going to be days I just don't get home in time. It was past 11. If you saw the post, I just didn't have the time to create a video. So wanted to do it today. We're going to put this out around lunchtime, and I'm going to be off to an appointment here. So, Gonna try to make this a quick one. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Obviously not live, but always down to talk some birds with you. So appreciate you hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. But we got some new additions, baby, and it's one of those pieces we've been talking about for years here. And a big fan of Elijah Moore's game, and obviously you're hearing a lot of talk about, hey, it's AJ Brown's best friend. He knew his second cousin's grandma back in '83. That sure. I don't know how much that kind of stuff really matters. I know the fans and the media get worked up about stuff like that. Look, it's a help. I mean, it's got to be beneficial. Obviously, in A.J. Brown's situation, he's getting throttled by most of the fan base, all of the media trashing him every day for like 2 years. So it's got to suck for him. You got to imagine he probably wants out. And we've talked about that. But I just think, sure, this is a plus thing, but you also could make this move regardless because you need more receivers. So you get yourself a slot guy, a shifty guy. And if you watch this show, you know that I'm very high on Elijah Moore. We've talked about him over the years that he has been playing where his career hasn't really taken off as to where people thought. The second round pick in 21. He spent last year at the end of the year with the Broncos. Didn't end up playing at all, though. So really, we're not going to look at that. His stats are from Buffalo. That's where he played last year. And he had 2 starts, played in 9 games, only had 9 catches for 112 yards. No touchdowns. Didn't really do much of anything, right? But he turns 26 on Friday. Got the same birthday as Chelsea, March 27th there. So he's technically only 25 right now, but will be 26. So still very young. 5'10", 180, little slot guy. 5 years in the league now. A second-round pick out of Ole Miss, where he became friends with A.J. Brown, who obviously in 19 left. So, these guys have been close. I know a lot of people like to rag on A.J. Brown for having mental health issues and try to make it as worse as horrible as they possibly can every day with just the relentless, how much they hate him, how much, just whining for a year. I don't know why people hate, having such a good receiver, but I can see why he's starting to get, so pissed off. And, I was pretty pissed last year that the offense sucked. I don't know how fans were excited about that, why they think he should be excited now. I was pissed when I wasn't seeing 100% effort. So I get the, strife. But when you're just getting bombarded every day by the media and fans about how much they hate you, and he has been very vocal about his mental health struggle, it's like, it kind of makes sense, man. So I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I get it. But adding a friend, somebody you're close to that has helped you through those mental health issues, that's huge. So I'm praying A.J. Brown is still here. We all know all of the made-up reports from people that don't have real sources. We've seen them all for 2 years now. A.J. Brown's still here. So what I told you this offseason, look at the money. If he's going anywhere, it's going to be after June 1st. So we'll see, man. We will see, but this is a great addition to me because of the fact that we need a shifty little guy like this. And I think if you can unlock his talent, sky's the limit. And one of the things we talked about the last couple of years on this show when I've talked about bringing him in is he returned the ball at Ole Miss as well. So he's got return capability. And if you're not, a number one guy, you're going to have to help out on special teams. So that's something I think Elijah Moore can do as well. So excited to have the young man. He's got that 4.3 speed. I'm all about it, man. So let's go. Now, made another move as well. And you know how much this was one of my top priority free agents here for the Eagles. Got to bring him back. Got to have that backup. And he's giving it one more year. And, hey, maybe Lane retires after this year and we can lock him up on a bigger deal if he does well. God forbid injuries, anything he has to play. So happy to have Fred Johnson back. And I think that, looking at Fred Johnson and what he is able to do is, obviously fantastic to see, a swing tackle here, but just Howie being able to bring people, you see the first, second day, people are, oh, season's over, Howie sucks, everybody sucks. And it's like, well, dude, they're so caught up on the people that sign elsewhere. And this is why I make those shows to warn you about who's going to be gone. And none of these people are surprising here on the list of people that have left. So, again, Jalen Phillips, if he gets priced out, he's going to leave. Everybody else probably gone, and boom, that's what you get. We traded away Sidney Brown, and we talked about him probably not even making the team. Good special teamer, but you got a better one. So, I'm not really too worked up about it, and we do have a few still out there. I still think you could bring back Ben Van Sumeren, allow him to compete. You don't have a long snapper. I don't know if you want Hewlett or bring in a Penn State long snapper or somebody else in the draft, but, undrafted kid. You've got options. I don't really know about defense, anybody coming back there. Maybe Nickerson on the practice squad. Brandon Graham, let him retire. But I think overall, people are really missing out on, how he's been doing here, because you add Fred Johnson back, but you also brought back Calcaterra, Marcus Epps, Braden Mann. These are all names that we talked about I would bring back, except for Calcaterra, which I don't think he even makes this squad. But you got competition at tight end. Somebody who knows the system. Well, knows the crew, not the system, but he knows what's going on here in the tight end room. And I think that, obviously he's got some better competition now. So hope the Eagles go into the draft. But we also, restructured and extended guys like Michael Carter, Landon Dickerson, Dallas Goedert back, and then Jake Elliott, Jordan Davis. So Howie, as much as people talk about hasn't doing anything, he's been doing a lot, actually. And it's been awesome. And he actually signed a bunch of reserve future guys, too, at the end of the season, if you remember. So they will also be competing this offseason. A lot of guys from our practice squad, a few new pieces. If you missed any of these, there's videos on all of these guys. Any new player always gets a little breakdown. But looking at the players we've added, now that you've got Elijah Moore, Hollywood Brown, these are two guys I've talked about for years. Unlocked in the right system, you never know. And you've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith as it stands. So these guys can be 3, 4 and compete, and that's what we want to see here. And, getting guys like Munt and Smart to compete with Calcaterra, that's what I want to see. Dameon Pierce is RB4, Andy Dalton RB3. Then you get your special teamer on defense there with JT Gray. Probably not going to play D, but can definitely help you. Going to push some of these young guys to have to step it up on special teams this offseason if they want to make the squad. Jonathan Jones, a great depth piece, but Tariq Woolen, dude. Ho, yeah. Cannot wait to see him with Coop and Q. And then Arnold Ebiketie, who I think most people are sleeping on. That was my top edge guy if you watched the show in this free agent class. I cannot wait to see him with Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt. So some really great additions so far. This free agent period has been, to me, fantastic. Going into the draft, having holes that you understand will be filled in that draft. So don't let people get you caught up that this is going bad in any way. And this offense now, adding, getting that swing tackle, that's huge. We need a healthy offensive line. We saw what it did when we didn't have one. But getting Elijah Moore there, now you've got guys to compete with Johnny Wilson, Darius Cooper, Danny Gray, and Quez Watkins, Britton Covey are there as well. So you've got competition there, man. And I feel pretty good now adding Fred Johnson with all the depth we have on offensive line. I'm sure the Eagles will look in the trenches in the draft as well. But you've got a nice amount now. You got tight ends that can compete. Hopefully you add someone in the draft. But, the offense, to me, I'm really excited about Sean Mannion. I know a lot of people don't know who he is, so they don't like it. And to be fair, they don't even know who most Eagles players are. So really wouldn't take what they say with much substance. Now, might as well just show you the rest of it. Looking at the defense here, clearly Tariq Woolen, I mentioned, excited. But a lot of competition in the secondary now. You've got the competition interior D-line, going to add more on the edge. The linebacker position, I feel nice, even with Campbell. I like Munden and Trotter. I like Chance Campbell. So I'm sure they'll add more, maybe 1 or 2. But competition looking good right now with the pieces we've brought back, the pieces we've added, and the pieces we have here. So really pumped up. And then the special teams department, I've talked about it. Elijah Moore, Hollywood Brown, Dameon Pierce, Carson Steele, these new additions bring return capability as well. And there's other guys we're going to see who are competing throughout this offseason. But still need a long snapper, so we'll see what they do there. Now, they want to fill any holes. They've got cap space. Now, this number will change. There's a couple things that still need to happen, but you have around 30 mil. That's all you need to know, a lot. You only need about 5 mil for the draft picks, if that. So very excited about where this team is headed. A lot of room to do whatever the hell they want, whether they want to trade someone or do whatever. They've got the money to do as they please. And again, the draft is coming. We've got 9 picks in this draft, 7 the following year, and then 7 the next year. So you've got 23 picks you could be trading when this draft comes up. And I'm really excited. The first, the second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a sixth. Oh, and you know how he's going to be moving up and down and all around. Let's go. And this year, dude, these picks, they're nice ones. You know, moving up with Atlanta, I feel really good about where we sit here. 23, 54, 68, 98, 140. I mean, you see it here. We got 3 picks from Atlanta now. So going to be taking, a third of our draft here with the Falcons picks, but got some comp picks as well. Howie is always wheeling and dealing. So let people sleep on Howie or this team or whatever they want. It's just the beginning of the offseason, man. We got the draft next month, and then things are really going to pop off. And while you can still sign people then, you can still trade for people. So if there's holes they feel they didn't address in the draft, trust me, Howie is never sleeping, and you shouldn't either. But that's all I've got for you guys. Got to get rolling out here, but I appreciate you taking the time. If you have any thoughts, any questions, comments, leave them down below. I appreciate you hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing. All your support really means the world. Gonna go try to make myself a sale today. 3 for $6 here. Let's effing go. But I love you guys. I hope you're all having a great week. If anything happens, I'll try to make a video later. If not, I will be back tomorrow. Again, if you need me, reach out. Doesn't have to be about the birds. Always here for you guys as you are for me. But have yourselves have yourselves a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!